Whether it's a delay or a cancellation, the airline is required by FAA rules to let you know you are entitled to a refund. So before you accept a voucher or a flight change, make sure you aren't owed a refund. The airlines are already getting out ahead of this. Both United and American are allowing any passengers flying during this period to change flights without a fee or request a refund, even if you don't have a refundable ticket. Delta posted to its website saying any passengers impacted by delays or cancellations will be allowed to change or request a refund, even in the airline's lowest main basic fare class. Southwest said canceled flights will be automatically rebooked, but passengers can request a refund if they decide not to travel. And our old pals at Frontier promise they won't charge you extra fees to change or cancel flights, and they will allow refunds for flights canceled or delayed by 3 hours. Airline industry analyst Henry Hartevelt says the offer of a refund with no questions asked, that's a big deal.
That's highly unusual for airlines to make that offer, and it is subject to change. They could extend it, they could rescind it. But as of now, you have the ability to get a refund for your unused portion of the ticket if you do not want to travel for the next 7 days.
So remember, if you've already begun your journey, say you've already flown the first half of a round-trip ticket, you're only entitled to a refund for the unused amount of your ticket. Hartevelt says, we've never really seen a disruption like this since the early 80s when President Reagan fired striking air traffic controllers, causing chaos in scheduling that actually lasted for several years back then. I'm Steve Stager. Steve on your side, 9 News.
Yeah, this is the one that gets everyone's attention. I mean, we've been talking about SNAP and everything that's super important, but once you start delaying flights.
Yeah, I mean, and you're going to hear from passengers who are upset. I think there's some hope to put some political pressure on lawmakers to try to come to some sort of resolution here and get this over with. The nice thing, the difference here between the 1980 situation and this situation is that if the FAA were to open, or the government were to open back up, the FAA could turn things back on and kind of get those schedules back in place pretty quickly. But I talked to Hartevelt. He said, it's kind of a shame on the FAA here because they only gave the airlines 36 hours to try to figure out how to adapt to these changes that they're now mandating. And these airline schedules are made months in advance with precision scheduling. You've got people in certain places, you've got pilots in certain places and planes in one spot that need to go here and there. And to try to derail that and figure out how to cut such a large percentage of flights in such a short amount of time is really, really incredibly difficult.
Yeah, all of this aiming to try to get the nation back on track after the shutdown. And all of this as we're heading into the holiday travel season.
No.
Thanksgiving coming up first.
If this keeps stretching, we might see some of these impacts. And the question is, are the airlines, after a couple of weeks of having to kind of give in to customers for a little while, are they going to be able to handle that financially down the road? And if this stretches out 2 more weeks, are we going to see more problems?
Yeah, it's very costly for them. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Steve.